Hi everyone, welcome to the ROSE project of Raj Shikshan Sanstha Satara. My subject is mathematics. I am Virene. I am from SGM College Karad, and my topic of representation is definite integration. So this is my lecture number 3, and my topic of representation is definite integration. In this topic, we are going to see next remaining properties. In previous lecture, we have seen property 1 to property 6, and in this lecture we are going to see the remaining properties, that is property 7 and property 8. So let us discuss about first property number 8. So what is the statement of this property? This property 7 says that integral 0 to 2a f of x dx is equal to integral 0 to a f of x dx plus integral 0 to a f of 2a minus x dx. So by using this property, you can split this f of x dx into two integrals. First is f of x dx and second is f of 2a minus x dx. Here you have to keep the x as it is, and here have to replace this x with the term 2a minus x dx. So let us prove this property. We consider here the RHS of this equation. So here it is the RHS of this equation or this statement, and we consider these two integrals as I1 and I2 and call this as equation 1. So now we first evaluate integral 2, that is I2. So we have I2 is equal to integral 0 to a f of 2a minus x dx. In this integral, we solve this integral by using substitution method. So we have put 2a minus x is equal to t. Then our x will be changed as x is equal to 2a minus t. So by deriving this term, we get dx is equal to minus dt, and limits of this integration will also get changed, since as x varies from 0 to 2a, t varies from 2a to 0. So our I becomes integral 2a to a f of t into minus dt. So in next step, we will keep this minus sign outside the integration. Then our integral becomes minus integral 2a to a f of t dt. So by using the previous property, integral a to b f of x dx is same as integral minus b to a f of x dx. We have taken these steps. So we have changed the limits from 0 to 2a f of t dt, and this is same as integral 0 to 2a f of x dx. Again, we are going to use our previous property, that is integral a to b f of x dx is equal to integral a to b f of t dt. So again from equation 1, so this is our LHS of equation 1, and now substituting the values we have calculated from above steps, we get integral 0 to a f of x dx remains as it is, and instead of this integral we have find the value as like this or this value. So we put this value in that equation. So after getting these two value, we have observed that this integration or RHS is integral 0 to 2a f of x dx and is equal to the LHS. So our property gets verified here. Now we will move to our next property, that is property 8. So let us see first what is the statement of this property. Integral minus a to a f of x dx is equal to 2 times integral 0 to a f of x dx if f of x is even function, and this value will be 0 if f of x is odd function. Particularly this property is for even and odd function. When your function is even function, then you have to use this value, and when your function is odd function, then you have to use the value of this integral, it will be 0. So let's first see what is even function and odd function. Function fx is even if f of minus x is equal to f of x, and the function is odd function if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. So remember these two terms. Then we will prove this property, that is minus a to a f of x dx is equal to, we have split this integral into two integrals by using previous property as minus a to 0 f of x dx plus 0 to a f of x dx, and we call this as equation 1. So first consider this integral, that is minus a to 0 f of x dx. We will solve this integral by using substitution method. So we have put x is equal to minus t. Then after deriving this term, dx will be minus dt, and limits of integration will also get changed, since as x varies from minus a to 0, our t varies from a to 0. So I becomes integral a to 0 f of minus t into minus dt. We have keep this minus sign outside the integration. Then step will occur as like this: minus integral a to 0 f of minus t into dt. So again, by using this property, integral a to b f of x dx is same as integral minus b to a f of x dx. We get this step, integral 0 to a f of minus t into dt, and this value is same as f of minus x dx. Again, using the property which already we have seen, integral a to b f of x dx is same as integral a to b f of t dt. So this step occurs. Then equation 1 becomes minus a to a f of x dx. It will be integral 0 to a f of minus x dx plus integral 0 to a f of x dx. So this value is again equal to integral 0 to a f of minus x plus f of x dx. So if your function is odd function, then f of minus x will be minus f of x. Therefore, the value of minus a to a f of x dx, it will be plus or minus, and it will be 0. And if your fx is even function, then f of minus x will give you the answer f of x. Hence, integral minus a to a f of x dx, it will be f of x plus f of x, means 2 times integral 0 to a f of x dx. Hence, we have completed at the end of this property, that is minus a to a f of x dx, it will be 2 times integral 0 to a f of x dx if your function is the even function, and it will be the 0 if your function is the odd function. Now, for verification of property number 8, let us see one example. Here it is example. We have first example as integral minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 x cube into sine raised to 4x dx. So consider this as fx. So fx is x cube into sine raised to 4x dx. So first we will check the given function is odd function or even function. So we replace here the x with the value minus x. Then f of minus x will be minus x brackets cube into sine minus x bracket raised to 4. So minus x brackets cube will be minus x cube into sine of minus x bracket raised to 4 will be minus sine x raised to 4. So after simplification, we get minus x cube into sine raised to 4x. So which will be equal to the value of minus f of x. So given function is the odd function, and therefore by using the property 8, we have answer of this term, it will be 0. So then we'll see one more example. Example second is minus 1 to 1 x square divided by 1 plus x square into dx. So this is our fx. So fx will be fx is equal to x square divided by 1 plus x square. Then we have to check the given function is whether odd function or even function. That's why we have replaced this x with the value minus x. So f of minus x will be minus x bracket square divided by 1 plus minus x bracket square. So our value will be as like x square divided by 1 plus x square. So f of minus x is equal to the f of x. Therefore, the given function is odd function. So by the property number 8, the value of this function will be 2 times integral 0 to 1 x square divided by 1 plus x square into dx. So we will evaluate this integral. So how we will evaluate this? See in the next step, 2 times integral 0 to 1. We have adjusted this denominator in the numerator like this, 1 plus x square minus 1 divided by 1 plus x square into dx. So it will be 2 times integral 0 to 1. After taking separate fraction, we get 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus x square into dx. So after finding these terms integration, we have 2 into integral of 1 dx, it will be x, and integral of 1 divided by 1 plus x square is tan inverse of x. So after finding the integration, we apply the limits for this integral, that is 0 to 1. So by putting the upper limit 1, we get this term, and after putting the lower limit, we get this term. So after calculation, we get 2 into this value, and after simplification, we get the answer of this example as 4 minus pi divided by 2 is the final answer. Then we will move to our next example, that is example 3. So let us see what is the example. Example is minus pi to pi x into bracket 1 plus sine x divided by 1 plus cos square x into dx. So consider this value as I. So let I is equal to this term. Then we have split this term into two terms as by taking separate fraction x divided by 1 plus x square, it will be the first term, and 1 plus sine x sine x divided by 1 plus cos square x as a second term, and apply this integral to both the value, we get this step. Then we observe that this function, that is first function x divided by 1 plus cos square x, is odd function, and this second function is even function. How to check the function is odd function or even function? You have to replace this x with the value minus x, and similarly here also. Then you will notify that this first function is odd function and this second function is even function. So according to our last property, if function is odd, then its value will be 0. So this integral have the value 0. And by using the property 8, this function is even function. So its value gets double like this. So in next step, first function or first integral has the value 0 and second integral gets the value 2 times integral 0 to pi x into sine x divided by 1 plus cos square x dx. So we will find the value of this integral only. So I is equal to 2 times integral 0 to pi x sine x divided by 1 plus cos square x dx, and we call this as equation 1. So in this integral, we use the previous our property and replace this x with the value pi minus x by using our previous property. So in next step, we have replaced this x, whole terms of x, with the value pi minus x. So here it is pi minus x, here also pi minus x, here also pi minus x. So our next step occurs as like this. 2 remains as it is, integral remains as it is, pi minus x remains as it is, sin pi minus x will change to sin x, 1 as it is, cos pi minus x is changed to minus cos x. So minus cos x bracket square term remains here, and in next step 2 remains as it is, integral remains as it is. We apply this sin x or multiply by sin x to this bracket. We get pi into sin x minus x into sin x divided by 1 plus cos square x into dx. Now we will separate this integral into two values. First value is 2 pi sin x divided by 1 plus cos square x, and the second value is 2 into minus x sin x divided by 1 plus cos square x into dx. So again, you will observe that first, second value, it will be the value of I from equation 1. So instead of second integral, we have replaced the second integral with the value or symbol I. So we get the step as I is equal to 2 pi into integral 0 to pi sin x divided by 1 plus cos square x minus I. So transfer this I into LHS, we get I plus I in LHS, and in RHS, the remaining term is only 2 pi into integral 0 to pi sin x divided by 1 plus cos square x, and we call this as equation 2. So to find this integral or to find the value of this integral, again we apply the substitution method. So we have put for cos x is equal to t. Then after deriving this term, we get minus sin x dx is equal to dt, and the limit of this integration will also get changes as x varies from 0 to pi, our t varies from 1 to minus 1. So our 2i, that is value of I plus I, 2i is equal to, value becomes 2 pi as it is. This limits gets changed from minus 1 to 1, and this integration will change to minus 1 divided by 1 plus t square into dt. So I is equal to this 2 gets cancelled. So pi into this function is, since this function is even function, its value now get changed to 2 times. So our this integration becomes pi as it is, and 2 times integral 0 to 1 divided by 1 plus t square into dt. The reason of this term is again by using property 8, and the given function is even function. That's why we have replaced this value of integral instead of this. So I becomes I is equal to 2 pi into, after finding the integral, we get tan inverse of t, and after finding integral, we apply the limits from 0 to 1. So 2 pi as it is, after putting 1, we get tan inverse of 1, and after putting 0, we get tan inverse of 0. So we put the value of tan inverse of 1, pi by 4, tan inverse of 0, 0. So after calculation, we observe that answer will be pi square divided by 2. So integration of this term is pi square by 2. So now we will move to our next example, that is example 4. Example is evaluate the integral 0 to pi cos square x dx. So for this example, we are going to use this property. So according to this property, we have to change this integral. So I is equal to 0 to pi cos square x dx. So we are going to change this integral with the help of this property. So according to this property statement, we have changes this I as integral 0 to pi cos square x dx plus integral 0 to pi by 2 cos 2 pi by 2 minus x whole bracket square into dx. By using this property, here the value is a, and in our example the value of a, it will be pi by 2. So we have come to this step. Then the value of this integration is integral 0 to pi by 2 cos square x dx plus integral 0 to pi by 2 cos square x dx. Since cos pi minus x is minus cos x, so this step appears, or in second value we have, instead of cos pi minus x, we get cos minus cos x. So from these steps, integral 0 to pi by 2 cos square x dx, this value appears also here also. So this 2, after adding these two terms, we get 2 into integral 0 to pi by 2 cos square x dx. So in next step, what we are doing, instead of cos square x, we are using the term 1 plus cos 2x dx. So in next step, we are going to find the integral of this term. Integral of 1 dx is x, and integral of cos 2x, it will be sin 2x divided by 2. And after finding the integral, we will apply the limits from 0 to pi by 2. So after putting upper limit, we get this term, and after applying lower limit, we get this term. So on final calculation, we have the terms remains only here are only pi by 2 plus 0. So our final answer will be pi by 2. Then we will move to our next example, example 5. In example 5, we have given 0 to pi x into sin square x dx. Now it will be your I. So we call this as equation 1. Then by using one of the properties of definite integration, we will replace this x with the pi minus x. So this step appear pi minus x. In next step, pi minus x remains as it is. Sin pi minus x will be replaced with sin square x dx. After separating these two terms, that is multiplying by sin square x to pi minus x, we get these two integrals, pi into sin square x first integral and x into sin square x dx is the second integral. Then you will observe that second integral is the I. So in the second value, we have replaced this integral with the symbol I, and for first integral, we have find the value as pi into integral 0 to pi 1 by 2 into 1 minus cos 2x dx. So after transferring this I to LHS, I plus I is equal to pi, and these two keep outside, pi by 2 integral 0 to pi 1 minus cos 2x dx. So I plus I, that is 2I, is equal to pi by 2. Integral of 1 dx is x, and integral of cos 2x, that is sin 2x divided by 2. So this is integration of this term. Then after finding the integration, you have to apply the limits of this integration to this term. So we have applied the limits from 0 to pi. So in next step, we get, after putting upper limit, we get this term, and after putting lower limit, we get this term. So in final, on final calculation, we get I is equal to pi by 4 into remaining term from these terms is only pi. So our final answer will be pi by 4. So that's all about today. Thank you.